Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 1 2020 My Team Prix. This time the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Before we get into it, why not head down below, like and subscribe, as it does help out a lot. And let's get right into qualifying. So here I am out for my first flying lap around the Baku City Street circuit. Quite a nice circuit, quite a lot of places to overtake, and of course quite a lot of places to put it in the wall. Of course the castle section, absolutely tiny. It's basically like you just dragged out a section of Monaco, maybe. It's probably even more narrow than like most places in Monaco, maybe. It's definitely quite hard to get it right, but if you do get like a right line through there, it feels very, very nice. So as you can see over here, this is lap 2 in qualifying, and we are, well, just about where I was on my second lap. I kind of lose some time into that corner, but as you can see, castle section, just brave it this time around, and up 4/10 over there. Just that one corner alone is going to get us 4/10 of a second, just because I was just a little bit more brave on the throttle that time and on the brakes. Yeah, you can really just see how kind of, well, how brave you need to be to do that. As you can see, purple first sector, we might have got a red first sector, but you know, that doesn't really matter if we're up by 4/10 at the end of the lap. As you can see, losing a little bit of time down the straight over there, but well, we're already gaining time. I can lose another like 10th over here and I'd still kind of be happy with the time. As we cross the line, what is it going to be? It's pole for the first time since maybe like this first half of last season, of season 5, which is absolutely brilliant. Finally not Lewis Hamilton on top, and by 1.2 seconds, 1.4 to the next. Actually, both AlphaTauris 3 and 4, actually Mercedes all the way down. I was really confused with this grid. Let's see what we can do in the race.
And a warm welcome to you from Azerbaijan Square, heart of Baku and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today, so our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully away from the barriers. The Baku City Circuit measures roughly 6 kilometers and is made up of 20 corners and 2 DRS zones. The circuit winds around the narrow city, through the old town, and even brushes against the city's medieval walls. However, as beautiful as the setting is, this track is also a ferocious technical challenge, where the smallest of mistakes could lead to catastrophic consequences for all of our drivers. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Red lines up on pole position and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Kvyat, Gasly, Max Verstappen and Stroll, Perez, Ricciardo, Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Norris, Ocon, Sebastian Vettel and Matsushita, Albon, Aitken, George Russell and Roman Grosjean, King, De Vries, Magnussen and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
So here we are, lined up on pole position for the race. First pole in nearly a full season's time. So it's lights out and away we go. We get a well, a good launch, that's what I was trying to say. Nearly losing the first corner, which would have been quite embarrassing. But we managed to keep it on track and in first place, which is the most important thing. Some yellow flags at the back. Little, like a small gap forms over there with about like P5, P6, something around there. Maybe a bit further back. But you know, that stuff happens on the first lap, as we are already about 4/10 in front of Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen looks like got the jump on Gasly, but the two AlphaTauris, I really don't know. They must just have like good straight line speed, so I'm guessing they're going to be quite good in Spa, most likely Monza as well. But Fiat qualified P3, Gasly P4. He might have dropped back one, but that it's kind of came out of nowhere. Normally, like Mercedes would be up there with me, Ferrari sometimes, and of course Red Bull. But like Mercedes qualified like P10 or something around there. Ferrari, I think even lower. I'm not too sure. I kind of forgot to look. But then Red Bull, of course, quite far, well, behind the AlphaTauris. That's all I'm trying to say. They just did a really good job in qualifying, as Lewis Hamilton tried to get past us over there, but we are managing to keep on. And that's what I kind of want to start doing on this game and for the next game as well. Just kind of show you my first full lap and last full lap, just to see what it was like on the first lap and on the last lap. Just kind of show you a little bit more. It kind of looks like I bounced back a little bit, but no, we are on lap 3 now. DRS activated, of course, and on lap 5 over here, we are, well, our pit strategy opens up. We are meant to box for the medium tyres within the next couple of laps, but I stay out, and over here on lap 6 going on to 7, Lewis Hamilton, my teammate, pits for some fresh tyres. And I thought, well, I still feel like I've got pace. I might be doing red sectors, but I'm basically still running at the same kind of speed that I was before. As you can see, 52% on the rear right tyre, but we are in. Vettel pits behind us as well. Russell actually in P4 for a couple seconds. But as you can see over here, we put the mediums on and get out in front of Hamilton, and we probably gained like at least a second on him, which is really good. And I'm not really sure why the game kind of does this on 25% race. You kind of put him on the hard tyres, so basically he has no chance of catching me up. I'd have to like crash or something for him to catch me up. As a lap 10, Daniel Ricciardo out of the race, and a virtual safety car deployed. So we're going to kind of slow down. I was going to put another fastest lap over here on this lap, but we might need to keep that for the next lap, as you can see, saving a little bit of fuel, so I can still secure that fastest lap. I'm not really sure who would take it away from me if I was 1.2 seconds faster in qualifying than my teammate in the same car. But as you can see, lap 10, 8 seconds away from Hamilton, so he basically was just falling away at this point. This was actually the closest I got since season 2, where I did like the 50% race. Actually, was that season 1? I think it was season 1. That I just saw any kind of lap, anyone lapping someone. I was maybe about 50 seconds at the end from last place. So if this was a 50% race, I of course would have kind of caught up. But yeah, I was just about halfway from kind of overtaking them. Maybe a little bit less, but the most I've seen in this kind of like series and this season especially. As you can see on the map, they're just coming back to the long back straight, and we're already coming on to sector 2 over here, which is just absolutely massive. But yeah, and that was just kind of something I wanted to point out, as yeah, that's quite interesting. And of course over here, I'm pretty sure it was last season or the season before we got beat, I'm pretty sure, by a couple milliseconds, or did we win by a couple milliseconds? I'm not really sure, but it came down straight to the line, of course, like with Bottas and Stroll in 2017, where Stroll got his first podium, and of course Daniel Ricciardo won. Quite an interesting race. Of course, Bottas got that puncture on like lap 1, was a lap behind after the safety car, and he fought back and overtook Stroll on the line to get that P2 by about a tenth, maybe even less. It was absolutely close. But as you can see, lap 13 out of 13, the final lap, 8.2 seconds away from Hamilton. Easily a comfortable win, and we're going to set the fastest lap once again, across the line in P1.
Great job, you've done everything we wanted today.
A nearly flawless performance here then, and a commanding victory. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
So there we go, we win from pole. Hamilton comes in second and Daniel Kvyat actually finishes off the podium 2 seconds, or 2.5 seconds in front of Verstappen. As you can see over here, 48 seconds actually to Kevin Magnussen in P21. We are 8 points ahead of Hamilton in the constructors, in the driver standings. Pierre Gasly actually still 3rd place, which is absolutely crazy, and Daniel Kvyat jumps up to 9th place after that podium. AlphaTauri actually jumping up to 2nd place in the constructors ahead of Red Bull, so the A team becomes the B team and the B team becomes the A team, I guess. But absolutely brilliant race, dominated it finally, got pole and won with the fastest lap, and actually led all of the laps, so that was absolutely brilliant performance by me. So up next, I'm pretty sure the Canadian Grand Prix, so I think that's going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.